You know, about a week ago, I cut off a limb, not off of this tomato plant, but it was on another one. It had a big long shoot like this other one side, and I didn't want it. I'm thinking we'll have to go ahead and cut that off. That's not gonna work. But anyway, and I took and I cut it into 3 separate pieces and stuck it in here. That's one piece. And I stuck it in there. And I want you to look, it's growing roots on it. Usually you can't stick a big piece in there like that and expect it to root. But all 3 of them are rooting. I was amazed. At first they started wilting, looking like they were dying. But the suckers are rooting. So I want to cut this one off too, but I was trying to strap the pot to it to see if I could get it to root. But you know what? It's taken away from this other plant. Alright, this thing I was trying here is not going to work. So I'm going to cut the top off of that. Yep, that was going to work. I see it was growing roots out there. Makes me wish I left it. Not gonna work. I'm gonna try something else. And note I think what has happened, the people that was delivering this, that was delivering my battery charger, it says they delivered it, and it even had a picture of it on the thing showing it up here on the deck. So guess what? It's been stolen. It's been stolen. So I don't know, will they send me another one? I doubt it. It's been stolen. I sent him a message telling him I never received it. It might have been delivered, but I didn't get it. It just disappeared. You know, I went to bed last night about 2 o'clock. My daughter was here. I got up this morning about 10 o'clock. She was gone. It's coming up on 6 o'clock now, and I haven't seen her all day. I don't know where she's at. I was wanting her to take me somewhere today just to get out of the house. But she's not here. I can't even ask her to take me somewhere just to get me out of the house. I'm going nuts. I'm going nuts. Hey, look at this. Watch this. Wash the sink. Wash your britches. Wash your pants. Wash them. Oh, jerk your britches down. I've never seen that before. Talk about wounded pride. Treadmill pulls a woman's leggings off. Oh my goodness. The athlete suffered a few scratches and a little wounded pride. Yeah. Oh. She shouldn't have held on. If she'd let go, I'd just jerked her off there. I wouldn't have jerked her britches down. Yeah. All right. I found some kind of royalty in my wife's family tree. He is called Sir Ludovic. Now, this gentleman here, this is my wife's brother. His nickname is Turk. I can put it in there as an event, something that he did. And this gentleman, Turk, he didn't like me. He didn't like me. But he actually, alright, there's his mother, his siblings, Margaret Hill. There's a picture. Nah, I won't mention that because I don't know it. I know it was told. I know it was told. I don't know exactly what it did, but he actually tried to have sex with his stepdaughter. His wife found out. He actually tried. Well, he hit on 2 of his sisters. And of course they told him where to put it. Well, no, that's not a good word. But anyway, there's a lot of skeletons in that closet. Heck, there's skeletons in my closet, I'm pretty sure. I've also found out, see that little arrow, that's Amos M. Brown. He's a Bats, actually. That is my second great granddaddy. He owned slaves. And my great granddaddy, he actually kept freedmen, which was former slaves, for a long time on that farm. I found that out. And this gentleman right here, I hadn't pulled him up, but I want to pull him up and look. Jacob Brown Bats lived in Duplin, North Carolina. He was born in 1790. That was before George Washington died. He died in 1835. He also owned slaves. I wish there was some way to get to that family tree there, but there's not. Anyway, Jacob Brown. Thing gets kind of sketchy when you get back to the kind of years. You know, I have been a fan of milk ever since I can remember. I still love milk. Now, milk covers a lot of different milk. What milk is breast milk from a mammal and lots of different mammals. The milk we normally drink is the breast milk from a cow. And I recently seen it, and used to be, you know, you see milk is one of the most important parts of the food group. But I read an article the other day about we should leave eggs to what it was intended. That was to raise baby chickens or baby birds. But yet, we eat eggs. Wasn't meant for us to consume. We drink milk from a cow. Wasn't meant for us to consume. And when I actually sit down and think about it, as much as I love milk, it's disgusting. I mean, I wonder what breast milk tastes like from a camel, from a goat. A lot of people drink goat's milk. What does breast milk from a human being, a woman, taste like? And that really disgusts a lot of people to even think about breast milk from a woman. But basically, it's the same thing. It's breast milk from a mammal. I'm not going to swear off of milk. And when I say milk, I'm talking about cow's milk. I love it. A nice big cold glass of milk. Now, if you've ever drank unprocessed cow's milk, in other words, raw milk, it does taste different than the processed milk that we buy in the grocery store. Oh, boy, a pain in my foot. But yet we drink it. I don't know if it's really bad for us. I don't know if it's really good for us. I know what a lot of people say is healthy. But it's been part of my diet ever since I was born. When I was a baby, I don't know if I drank cow's milk, baby formula. I don't even know if there was baby formula back then. I know I remember Mama fixing bottles of milk for Joseph and Michael. I don't remember George, but I remember Joseph and Michael having to fix a bottle of milk, and that came out of a can of what do you call it? Evaporated milk. Mama would buy a can of evaporated milk and pour it in a big glass milk bottle. She would mix 1 can of milk and the equivalent of a can of water and mix it together. And she'll put a little bit of vanilla flavoring in that. That used to be the only milk we got to drink. And that's the only milk that she fixed for the baby's bottles. But yeah, I would rather have had the fresh milk from a milk bottle as I had a mixed can of water and milk out of the evaporated milk, and she put a little flavoring in it. But back when I was a kid, the only one that got to drink the fresh milk was Mother. When she fixed us milk to drink, she would pour 1 can of evaporated milk into a big quart-sized glass milk bottle and then finish filling it up with water and mix the vanilla flavor with that. I remember that. I mean, I liked it all right, but I liked the fresh milk better. And back in them days, you didn't buy your milk from the grocery store. The milkman come around and delivered it to you. And you'd have like a standing order that he would leave every couple of days he'd leave it sitting on the porch. In the wintertime, when he left it on the porch, if it sat there long enough, it would freeze, and he would push his stopper lid off the top of the bottle and push up the cream part of it. I love that. So did my mama. But that was the way we got our milk. That's the way we got our eggs. That's the way we got our butter. It was delivered. Didn't get it in the grocery store. Of course, back then, things were a lot different. I know I mentioned a while back that a jar of mayonnaise never saw the inside of a refrigerator. It was not refrigerated. Now, there was a couple of people said, you have to refrigerate mayonnaise. Well, like I said then, I say it now, I got news for them. Been there, done that. The mayonnaise sit on a shelf in the cabinet. It did not go in the refrigerator. Period, over and out. Left out long enough, it would probably spoil, but usually a jar of mayonnaise never lasted long enough for it to spoil. But it never went in the refrigerator. Eggs didn't go in the refrigerator. It's better if you refrigerate them. They'll last longer. They'll stay fresher longer. But you just didn't put them in the refrigerator. And you didn't have frozen meat. The only meat you had was fresh meat that was going to be consumed pretty soon. The only meat that you had that was frozen was where you rented a freezer locker in town, and you kept it in that locker in town, paid so much a month. Things are a lot different. But yeah, I got thinking about that fresh milk that we drink that I love. And what it really is breast milk from a cow. I love fresh milk that hasn't been processed. I love that, but the taste is definitely different than processed milk. But once you get used to it, you love it. Same thing if you go back to regular processed milk, once you get used to it, you love it. Just a matter of taste. I used to love hog brains and scrambled eggs. You couldn't get me to touch that now. I used to love Pickles pig feet. Couldn't get me to touch it now. There's a lot of things that I used to would eat that I won't eat now. But that's just some thoughts about breast milk and chicken eggs. Used to, when I was a kid, I wouldn't eat a partially cooked fried egg. I would want it nice and firm and done. But I would eat it if it wasn't really, really done. Now I like it medium done. I like them over easy. My brother Michael, that boy would not eat an egg anyway, anyhow. And it was always a battle royal at breakfast in the morning when they fixed eggs and he wouldn't eat them. But eggs, basically, what is it? It's a cell with a yolk and white in it that somehow nourishes a baby chick. Wasn't meant for us to eat. But then again, a lot of wildlife animals would starve if they couldn't get hold of eggs every once in a while and eat. You know, raccoon, they're notorious for eating eggs. Possums will eat eggs. Snakes eat eggs. Just a thought about nothing in particular on my part, just an article that I seen that somebody was writing about, saying they would never drink cow's milk again. But I could say that, but I know it wouldn't be so. Anyway, folks, that's my story today, and I'm sticking to it. And I'll see you in the next one. See ya.